Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Monday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Hope everyone's doing well. I thought I'd show you some live albums that I have in my collection. I won't be showing them all today. I'll show from A through to D. I don't have a lot, and I don't have everything from every letter of the alphabet, but I've got a fair amount of live albums. I thought it'd be cool to share them with you. They've grown quite a bit since the last time I did a showing of my live albums. So just to bring you up to date. Before I get into everything though, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collections. Because of you guys, your likes, your subscriptions, your wonderful, wonderful comments that keep me going, keep me motivated to do this kind of thing, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Second time I've done this. I had the Glenn Kellaway sneeze previous. And speaking of Glenn Kellaway from the basement, if you don't know his channel, definitely go to his channel, check him out, like, subscribe, love him. But he was so kind and to give me this fantastic and probably one of the best live albums ever. The Allman Brothers Band at Fillmore East. Yeah, he dropped this one off to me. It was, so I guess classified as VCLT because he just lives 15-20 minutes away west of here. He dropped that off. He dropped a copy of King Crimson's In the Court of the Crimson King, a Collective Soul album, a couple of Van Morrison album. Just super, super guy. That was a year ago. I don't know, a long time ago. But I loved him ever since. Loved every one of them, and especially this one. So first live album by the Allman Brothers Band, released in 1971, recorded over 3 nights in March of 71. Double album, only 7 songs on here, but they're best live, and they're best known as a jam band. Just classic Southern rock at its best. You got Statesboro Blues starting the whole thing off. Done Somebody Wrong, Stormy Monday, You Don't Love Me, Hot Atlanta, In Memory of Elizabeth Reed, and Whipping Post. Fantastic, fantastic stuff in the Allman Brothers Band. So thank you, Glenn Kellaway, for that. One of the best movie-related live performances, I feel, is the Last Waltz. This happens to be the 40th anniversary edition of the newly remastered album. The film itself was done by Martin Scorsese. This is amazing, amazing stuff. The band was in a bit of a hiatus. They were having issues, drugs, and weren't getting along. So they thought, let's put a concert together. Let's bring all of our friends together, have a big hurrah, and then move on from there. Well, it ended up being their last performance, unfortunately, as the band would go on and members would pass away, that type of thing. But this is an amazing, amazing, not only recorded concert, but on film, but an amazing documentary of a classic band. Second live album by the band, released in '78. Again, it documents their farewell concert, and a star-studded cast. Just remarkable, remarkable stuff. I love those photos. But you've got not only the band's work and the band itself, but you've got Ronnie Hawkins, who the band started out with as a backup band. Robbie Robertson was like 14 or 15 when he started with them and started writing songs at that early age. Levon Helm was the drummer already in the Ronnie Hawkins band. The band itself became their backup band. So you got him in there, Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, Neil Diamond, Dr. John, Paul Butterfield, Muddy Waters, Eric Clapton, Bobby Charles, Van Morrison, Bob Dylan, who they toured with extensively during his electric guitar years. And then you've got Emmylou Harris, the Staples, just an amazing, amazing album, an amazing concert from an amazing band. The Band, one of my favorite albums. I have all their studio albums, but I don't have any live albums except for this one. This is the soundtrack for the movie by Ron Howard, 8 Days a Week. This is live at the Hollywood Bowl, featuring their touring years. This is the reissued version from the 1977 Live at the Hollywood Bowl album, featuring songs from the 3 performances in August of '64 and August of '65, released in 2016, and fantastic, fantastic stuff. This is redone by Giles Martin. You've got Twist and Shout, She's a Woman, Dizzy Miss Lizzie, Ticket to Ride, Can't Buy Me Love, Things We Said Today, Roll Over Beethoven, Boys, Hard Day's Night. That's all on side 1. Side 2 is Help, All My Lovin', She Loves You, Long Tall Sally. And there's some bonus tracks on here. You Can't Do That, I Want to Hold Your Hand, Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby, and Babies in Black. Just an amazing, amazing stuff. George Martin adds something to this. He says, those of us who were lucky enough to be present in the live Beatles concert, be in Liverpool, London, New York, Washington, LA, Tokyo, Sydney, or wherever, will know how amazing, how unique these performances were. It was not just the voice of the Beatles, it was the expression of the young people of the world. Just classic, classic Beatles. Of course, there's the big hype now with the Beatles documentary, just bringing to life again how fantastic these guys were. Speaking of fantastic, this is a pretty cool live album. I don't have a lot of their albums, but I do have this one. It's a really good one. It's got all their hits on it. This is the Bee Gees live, Here at Last. Their first live album, released in 1977. Hit number 8 in the US, number 8 in Australia, number 1 in New Zealand, and number 2 in Spain. Big, big hit. There was it was filmed and it was planned for a TV special, but the Bee Gees didn't like the performance, so it never really aired. But it would be cool to see it, I think, despite of, you know, if they can fix up the Get It Back series, I'm sure they can do something with this one as well. But you got all their big hits on there, classic Bee Gees stuff. You've got a message. I've got a message to you. Love So Right. Edge of the Universe. Come on over. Can't Keep a Good Man Down. New York Mining Disaster. Run to Me. World Holiday. Ain't I Can't See Nobody. I Started a Joke. Massachusetts. You know, these big hits after hits after hits. How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? To Love Somebody. Then You Should Be Dancing. Boogie Child. Down on the Road. Words. And Wing of Change. Nights on Broadway. Jive Talkin' and Lonely Days. Just classic, classic Bee Gees. Awesome stuff. One of my favorite bands as far as hard rock and classic rock. This is the Blue Oyster Cult. This is Extraterrestrial. Live. Classic cover. It was supporting the Fire of the Unknown Origin tour with 2 tracks from the Mirrors tour as well. Also, it coincided and included in here when they toured with Black Sabbath on the Black and Blue tour. I remember watching that movie. I've got to see it again. That was a cool introduction to both bands, the Black and Blue tour. Great track listing. I mean, you got all their hits on here, but yeah, fantastic album, as well as this one here. This is live at the Rock of Ages Festival, July 30th, 2016. A later version of it, but a double album. Sounds fantastic. 9th live album recorded at the Seaborn, the Rock of Ages tour in Seaborn, Germany. It's a this also has a DVD with it, showing the classic performances. The lineup's a little different with the DVD than it is with the CD, but the song lists are the same. But what a great performance by these guys. They're so good. They rock it out. And just classic Blue Oyster Cult. Great classic rock, hard rock band that are still going strong. They just put a new album recently. Sounds the cymbal remains. Sounds fantastic. These guys are fantastic. They're just amazing. How about this classic album? Johnny Cash, at Folsom Prison. An amazing, amazing album by the great Johnny Cash. First live album by Mr. Cash, released in 1968. He performed 2 shows at Folsom Prison in California. There's 15 songs from the first performance and 2 songs from the second. You got June Carter, of course, included in this one, and Carl Perkins on guitar on this one. Also, some lead vocals on a couple of tracks. But classic Johnny. You've got Folsom Prison Blues, Dark as the Dungeon, I Still Miss Someone, Cocaine Blues, 25 Minutes to Go, Orange Blossom Special, The Long Black Veil, Send a Picture of Mother, The Wall, Dirty Old Egg-Sucking Dog, Flush from the Bathroom of Your Heart, Jackson with June Carter, Give My Love to Rose with June Carter, I Got Stripes, and Green Green Grass of Home, and Greystone Chapel. Amazing. It's on the CBS label. Sounds great. Johnny Alive is the best, for sure. But awesome album. Happy to have this one in my collection, for sure. Just picked this one up recently. This is Canned Heat in Stockholm, 1973. From the great Canned Heat. This is released in 2015, but it's live at Stockholm, of course, 1973, by the great blues rock band formed way back in 1965. Classic Canned Heat. Blues rock at their best. You've got Let's Work Together, On the Road Again, their classic hit. Harley Davidson Blues, Election Blues, 50 Gone Wrong, Shakin' Boogie, and Goodbye for Now by the Canned Heat. This was a great find, and love these guys. Great live album. Nothing better than a hard rock blues band live. Just so good. So good. One of the best live albums ever. Put these guys on the map as well. This is live at Budokan. Cheap Trick. The classic performance. I remember going camping way back when I was a couple years ago when I was a teenager with some guys. And between this one and the Peter Frampton live album, we played these ones to death. This happens to be a promo copy as well on that one. But classic Cheap Trick. Again, one of the greatest live albums ever. Released in 1978. Recorded in 1978 in Japan in 1979. Released in 1978 in Japan, and in 1979 in the U.S. I'm sorry about that. Again, put Cheap Trick on the map. I'm getting mixed up in my words here. I need another drink of coffee. Recorded in Nippon Budokan in Tokyo. Listed 426 of the best 500 albums of all time in 2003. But what a classic album this is. You've got Hello There, Come On, Come On, Look Out, Big Eyes, Need Your Love. Then you got Ain't That a Shame, I Want You to Want Me, Surrender, A Good Night, Clock Strikes 10. Again, this is a demonstration, not for sale copy, which is kind of cool. And it sounds fantastic. It's on the Epic label, the white Epic label. You don't see that too often. But yeah, amazing, amazing stuff. Then we have one of my favorite artists. I had a chance to see him in Ottawa with Bonnie Raitt a few years ago now. But when he came out, just jeans and a t-shirt, you thought he was a roadie. But once he hit that first note, it just to die for. But this is Just One Night. Live at the Budokan Theater in Tokyo to support the Backless album. #2 in the States, #3 in the UK. Also features Albert Lee on guitar and backing vocals, and some also lead vocals. But a fantastic, fantastic live album. And Eric Clapton, Just One Night. Double album as well. Love it. As well as as well as 24 Nights, the 5th live album by Clapton, taken from 42 concerts at the Royal Albert Hall. Can you imagine? I think it was between 1970 and 1991. So 42 concerts just at that one hall itself. Released in October of 1991. But a classic double album by the amazing Eric Clapton. There's the track list there. But love this album. From this awesome block set of the Climax Blues Band, you've got the first CD. This is FM Live. Released live in 1973 over WNEW in FM in New York. Huge sales in the States over this one. You got Colin Cooper on vocals and sax and rhythm guitar and harmonica, Peter Haycock on vocals and guitar, Derek Holt on bass, and John Cuffley on drums. Great blues rock at its best. And this is a fantastic little box set. That also has a Sense of Direction, 1971 released, Stamp album, 1975, and gold plated, 1976. Yeah, this is an amazing, amazing album. Then we have, just picked this one up recently as well. This is remarkable. This is Creedence Clearwater Revival, live at Woodstock. Re-released in 2019. Of course, featuring their 1 hour set at Woodstock in 1969. That wasn't on the original documentary. I don't know why. It would have just shot that documentary through the roof. They tear through their 1 hour long set. One of my favorite performances. John Fogerty has never sounded better. His vocals are gritty. The guitar work on this is just remarkable and amazing. You got Born on the Bayou, Green River, 99 and a Half, Won't Do, just on side 1. On side 2, you got Bootleg, Commotion, Bad Moon Rising, Proud Mary. On side 3, I Put a Spell on You, The Nighttime is the Right Time, Keep on Chugglin', and then side 4 is all Susie Q. Just classic CCR at its best. A from that amazing Woodstock concert. This is pretty remarkable too. This is Four-Way Street by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. The band wasn't getting along all that great at the time. There was a lot of upheaval. This is the Canadian pressing of this one as well. First live album released in '71. The third album by Crosby, Stills and Nash, and the second album by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Recorded at the Fillmore East in New York, the Farm in LA, and the Auditorium Theater in Chicago, Illinois. But all their classic hits on this one. Just remarkable stuff. I won't go through the set list, there's just too many to name. But classic stuff. One of my favorite albums from one of my favorite bands. And one of the best live albums ever. This is Made in Japan by Deep Purple. 1972 release. Recorded on their first tour in Japan. Recorded in Osaka and Budokan. I'm going to speed the set list up this one because it's definitely worth that. This is not a gatefold, so this is a reissue of this album. But you got Highway Star, Child in Time, Strange Kind of Woman, Lazy, Smoke on the Water, The Mule, and Space Truckin'. Space Truckin' takes up all of side 4. But yeah, just came out not that long after Machine Head, but fantastic stuff. One of my favorite albums, again, by one of my favorite bands. And finally, Mr. Neil Diamond, Hot August Night. God, I'm having trouble talking today. I recorded at the Greek Theater in LA. And that's on the MCA label. All his greatest hits. 1972 double live album. Again, a classic Neil Diamond. There's the photo there. Yeah, fantastic stuff. What do you got on here? You got Solitary Man, Cherry Cherry, Sweet Caroline, Porcupine Pie, You're So Sweet, Red Red Wine. You've got Song Song Blue, Cracklin' Rosie, and then Traveling Salvation Show. Just classic Neil at its best. So there you go, guys. There's some awesome classic rock albums, live albums from A to D. Next couple days I'll go through and see what I have next coming up in the alphabet. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope you enjoyed. Love you all. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.